Although there are many memorable activities to enjoy during the Canadian winter, one can sometimes miss the warm weather of summer. In Steinbach, Manitoba, a new restaurant can help warm you up with delicious Jamaican food. Neville Hamilton is a busy man. Not only did he create the International Reggae Afro Latin Music and Arts Festival, but he is now the proud owner of the Reggae Grill.
Well, my name is Neville Hamilton. I'm from Steinbach, originally from Jamaica, actually, born and grown in Jamaica. I am a proud Jamaican Canadian.
What can you tell me about your restaurant?
It's a Jamaican restaurant. We saw the opportunity came up that recently, and we decided that we'll just go ahead and saddle in for the ride.
Why not, right?
Mm-hmm.
Has restauranting been something you've always thought about, or is it just because of this opportunity you're like, why not? Let's just do this.
No, actually, it goes back years. When we just got here in Canada, maybe the first couple of years, there's a festival that always happens here in Steinbach. It is the Summer in the City, it's called. An awesome, fun time for Steinbach people where we come together and just enjoy outdoors and, the community. So I saw the opportunity to open, to have a little booth there in Summer in the City. And we get a few of my friends together and my family and decided that we'll do it. And for the first year we did, people came up to us and asked us, where's your restaurant? The food is so good. Where can we go and have some more of this? Of course, I can't have them at my house, right? Years after that, we keep going and having the opportunity to do the same thing. Since COVID started, a lot of people, sad to say, they went out of business, especially restaurants. It was so difficult for them as well. And after going out on a trip with a couple of friends of ours on a fishing trip, I thought, well, they asked us what we were doing. So we told them we were having a festival in Winnipeg at the time. It's the IRL Music Arts Festival, and we were doing cooking and all that stuff. And then we get further into talking with them, and as I said, we met this amazing lady. Her name is Beverly, and she's a chef from Vancouver. And we were considering to do a restaurant with her, right? And because now that's the main part of the puzzle that we needed, right? A good chef. So here comes Beverly. And so I told her about Bev and all that stuff. And then she said to me, so I know this place in Steinbach that is up for rent, right? And I thought, well, okay. So we went and checked it out. And it was this place right here. So we called, and here we are doing this thing now here in Steinbach, which is such an amazing experience for all of us. We are so appreciative, to have this opportunity here. Sorry to those who are, having struggles in throughout the pandemic because it's so long, and I know everybody is struggling, but we thought that it would be best for us to seize this opportunity now. Yeah, a lot of people think I'm probably one of the bravest guys right now to go into restaurant business when so much of them is failing. So the challenges that I faced right off the bat after we get going was restrictions, right? And of course, I mean, when you just start, you want as much people in and spending as much as they can and getting used to it. So right off the bat, we were faced with the restrictions, and but we decided that we'll hold our cards close and keep doing what we're doing and weather the storm, so to speak. And that's awesome. So that's probably the most, and the cold too, because that's, you can't fight that one, right? Because when you're having real super cold weathers, which we had lots of them in the past months, right? That also played a huge part in, the disappointments that we face.
It's unfortunate sometimes. You can't fight the weather. It's just one of those variables that you can't control at all.
And I sometimes wish if there was more opportunities too for businesses that are starting business, small businesses. And I am aware that there's some stuff out there, but don't let it fool you. It's not that easy to gain some of these stuff. I mean, especially for minority people, even though they say it's there. So that's a whole different story, I can tell you.
You got to deal with restrictions, people stuck at home. I mean, hopefully, if everything pans out with the announcement from the government, things will start to ease and we'll start to see people going out some more. But yeah, word of mouth is so important for a new restaurant. And if you don't have people coming in, like that's such a, a detriment.
Oh, yes, because guess what? The bills doesn't stop, right? So they got to be paid. And for us, it was like an additional big family adding to our expenses in the middle of all of this. But I must say, I do appreciate Steinbach people, because you'll be amazed by how much of these people actually travel to Jamaica over the years. Oh yeah, it's like lots of them come inside here and they tell us their experience, because I sometimes just walk around and just chat to people, and they'll share what their experience was and where they went to in Jamaica, whether it be Negril or Ocho Rios and all those places inland. And a lot of them have lots of unique stuff to say. So I really enjoy communicating with these people as we go along, because now they're getting to know us and we're getting to know them. So that's awesome. So thanks to Steinbach community and the surrounding areas for supporting us. And we really, really appreciate them coming out in some of these cold weathers and coming to support us.
Was that part of like the decision process of moving to Steinbach and starting up the restaurant there, that you're like, oh, you've heard good things about the community? Actually,
Steinbach and me personally went back years, because as I said, there are people from Steinbach that came down to Jamaica. My parents my dad and mom used to have this huge complex that a lot of people would come down for like help and to work on stuff in Jamaica, so to speak, like building projects, and we were the ones who were housing them for that period of time. So I'll say with no doubt that I've known people from Canada here, or Steinbach here, for over 35, 40 years. Actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. When I first came to Steinbach here, I was actually walking in a store and people came right up to me and said, Junior, or Neville, they call me Junior. Neville, what? When did you get here? Right? So they already know me, because I used to be the guy that drives them around the island places, right? When they came to that same complex that I tell you about. So my dad usually gave me the keys to take them around the island. When I come to Steinbach here, it was by choice, because I know so much people here for one reason. And the fact that it's such a community that is so closely knit, I love that, because I was from a smaller community myself. And I could see ourselves adjusting quite easily to Steinbach versus Winnipeg, right? And we love Winnipeg people just the same, but Steinbach is kind of the place where we found it to be more like how our community was back in Jamaica.
The world is such a big place, but at the same time, it's so small, right?
Yes, it is.
You lived in Jamaica, and then you met people from Steinbach, and now you've moved to Steinbach, and people are like, wait, I remember you. That's so crazy.
Yeah, it is. And it's super, super good, because some of my kids, they were like, Dad, all these people know you. And I'm like, hey, I got a good history.
Speaking of Jamaica, sometimes when, if someone hasn't been there or visited there at all, they usually picture stereotypes like Bob Marley, the accent, that kind of thing. What is Jamaica actually like?
Oh, Jamaica, just to say it simply, it's one of the most awesome places to be, because of the way the people and the culture is. Of course, there's beautiful, nice white sand. There's beaches. There's tons to see in Jamaica, and the entertainment is number one. We are also a set of people that is culturally, full of diversity in our culture as well. And we express it in many different ways. The way we cook, the way we do things in general. And our motto is out of many, one people. That means all nations you could probably find in Jamaica to form Jamaica. And that's one unique thing to remember, that it's like a melting pot, Jamaica is like a melting pot. Our foods are the same thing because we are a tropical island. Then all the best spices grow there because they get their own time to really mature and get to the level. So when it comes down to our cooking, right? There's nothing like Jamaican cooking. None. I'm sorry, guys out there, but nothing like Jamaican cooking. Of course, a lot of people, would say, "Oh, the spice, I can handle this," but you can always take out a little bit of the heat, right? And that's kind of what we do here in Steinbach because our Steinbach culture is majority Mennonites here.
Yep.
Sorry, but they only cook with salt and pepper.
Pepper. Yep.
But we go for the whole deal, but they are finding out that lots of them is coming in and loving what we do. So all we do is ask them, okay, how do you like your spice levels? And then we work with them that way. So we can prepare it just for them, right? So without losing much, right? Just the heat will tone down, but
yeah, that's something about us Mennonites. We do not have a good spice tolerance. Lots of our food is very cream like base, that kind of thing, or a lot like sour, like with borscht and stuff. It's like cabbage and yes, but I mean for myself, the more I've been like experimenting with different like flavor profiles, the more I'm realizing it's like, yeah, our food's a little boring. Time to like.
Well, I'm glad you said it, so nobody has to get that name for that one. Yes.
What are some of the foods? I know when watching like Kitchen Nightmares with Gordon Ramsay's, there's a couple of Jamaican restaurants and they talk about jerk chicken.
Well, jerk chicken is one of the number one seller here in the Reggae Grill. The jerk poutine is another one, and that can be with pork or chicken. We got so much different other things that we do too, because the curried lamb, the oxtail fish, that's in different ways that we prepare the fish, and burgers like or in-house Jamaican burger. It's different. You will not have a bun that tastes better than ours. I can guarantee you that if you try our in-house burger, right? There's nobody that has that taste, and I can 100% say yes, right? So you're gonna experience things that come in here if you do that you won't find anywhere else, right? Because we'll be taking it to you with different spices and all the other great goodies, right? So I even or desserts and stuff like that, off the chain, super good. And they're taken from like real plants, foods, or vegetables or whatever, right? We try to keep it that way, authentic.
Well, if there was like one Jamaican dish that you could introduce to people, which one would it be?
My personal favorite, is I got a bunch of them, but my favorite is stew peas. Stew peas is so amazing because this thing is cooked in coconut milk and all that stuff.
Ooh.
Oh, it's just nice and smooth if you get that the right way. My mom, as I can remember back home, whenever she cooks like stew peas and stuff like that, then she knows she has to put some extra dumplings and stuff in there just for me because I'm going for that, right? And so that's my number one actually, right? The jerk chicken and jerk pork as well. So all of those stuff combined is like you can't have it all.
You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, but you can't go wrong either. Like my staff here, all my amazing cooks and my amazing waitress and waiters, like I want to just let them know that we really appreciate their efforts and their work throughout these times. And they are an amazing group of people, and we just love them to pieces, right? Especially my chefs in the back. They're just super amazing. And if you get to meet them, you will see why, because they keep having parties and stuff in the restaurant. So I'm upstairs watching them on the camera sometime, and they have the reggae music. They're just pumping, and you see my chefs just grooving, and they're just having fun time. And that's one of the key things to all the mixing the food too, right? It's the energy that you bring into it. And if you love what you do, then it comes out in what you produce, right? So that's one key thing about our restaurant. We here love what we do and what we're giving.
You want to give a shout out to the staff. Also, Winterfest is coming up soon. What can you tell me about that?
So the Winterfest now is something that the Reggae Grill and IRL decide to team up and do something together for the community. And we are putting on this winter festival. This is the first one we're going to do here in Steinbach. It might be the first one of its kind that is going to be here too as well. So it's going to be a historic moment. We're going to have a heated tent, and then we're going to have performances inside that heated tent, right? Dances, cultural stuff, the music as well, DJs. So it's going to be a whole blast for that 3 days. So it's the 3rd to the 6th of March, right? And there will be sculpturing actually happening there too as well. So ice sculpturing. So we're going to start that this week, right? Because this now, I think we have some great snow, nice snow. And it started just like this. I was in the back of the building and I was like, oh man, there's a huge pile of snow that the guys, when they clean the parking lot, they pile it there. And I'm like, I think we can use this to do something. So I went back and I started talking to a few friends about it and start inviting people to come and check it out, like musicians and all that, and all those kind of people. So now we're going to open it to the public. And it's right at that point where the restrictions are going to be lifted to a certain point. So we can have people just come in. So make sure, if anybody needs to know, that they need to get some little tickets. There will be free giveaways and stuff like that, because that might involve tickets as well. So they have to keep tuned to the IRL Music Fest, or the IRL, right? So keep to that one, and they will see that presentations there, as well as the Reggae Grill. The Reggae Grill will be having giveaways here and there. And there'll be lots more stuff happening over the city before it comes to that day that we're going to actually have the event.
A lot of excitement. So it's kind of combining that tropical island energy with the cold of Manitoba.
There you go. You get it. Perfectly said. That's what we're doing. And also the food, we'll have food over there and drinks. All by Reggae Grill. So, you know, it's going to be a unique experience for everybody, I think, in Steinbach. Yes, how can I forget that? I mean, the first movie totally produced and so on by the Black community in Winnipeg. They're hosting their premiere here. So a bunch of them, a bunch of the actors and the people who do the extras are coming out next week, Monday coming rather. And they're going to have dinner. We're going to be able to prepare dinner for them here and all that stuff, and the drinks as well. And they're going to watch the movie on the screen right here at Reggae Grill as we celebrate their achievements.
Well, and it's just such like a good opportunity because, you know, we're right in the middle of Black History Month right now.
Yeah, that's one of the key things to remember here, as we remember our heroes and all the people who actually went and fought and who have, you know, changed this world for us to be like super good Canadians today, rather, and our economy and everything that goes with it. And so all the Black people that did their part in playing a role in all of this happening, we want to take this month to celebrate them as well, and just worldwide, you know, all their achievements. And I think to do what we're doing right here is going to be like something really significant to our culture and to motivate us and our young people coming up, you know, to aspire to something great. And as we all work to make Canada a better place for everybody.
Well, Neville, it's always a great time speaking with you. Where can people find out more about the Reggae Grill, as well as just Winterfest coming up?
Okay, so we have our Instagram and our social media happening. So you guys can check it out, the Reggae Grill, right? And you can, it's on our website too, and it will give you every information that you want. And IRL Music Arts Festival as well. That one is the Israeli International Reggae Afro Latin Music Arts Festival. It's kind of long, but hey, you know, we want to represent all those people as well as our Canadian friends and family that we find here, and as we give this country the best that we can.
If you have any stories you'd like us to share or communities we should highlight, leave a comment on our social media or reach out to us on our website. I'm Ryan Funk. This was You Talk, and have yourself a good one.